Move next here tonight to our ongoing coverage of the price of paradise and Florida's property insurance crisis. This year, state lawmakers doubled the state's investment into the My Safe Florida Home program.
Yeah, and that program helps people afford to harden their homes to hopefully lower their property insurance rates. But the process to actually apply can be really long and confusing.
So this week, Jack Kelly in South Tampa actually reached out to us to highlight the problems that he experienced in hopes that his story will help you. His email saying in part, My Safe Florida Home program is very difficult to negotiate all the rules and the website is difficult to understand and use. I think you should have a team look at how to make it easier, especially for the elderly. So we are doing just that. As you know, ABC Action News is committed to hearing your voice. So when we saw this email, we wanted to take action.
Yeah, we sent our Mary O'Connell out to share his story and hopefully clear up some confusion for others who are going through a similar situation.
Jack Kelly has lived in his home since 1987. His story starts when his insurance company said he needed to replace his then 16-year-old roof to be able to be insured.
Sign up. It doesn't cost you anything.
He later applied to the My Safe Florida Home program, and an inspector came out to his home, telling him he wouldn't qualify for roof replacement or new hurricane windows, but that the program would cover new hurricane shutters and an extra nail into his rafter brace.
Once you get approved and pick out one of the things the inspector said is okay, that's when it gets hard.
On top of everything, Kelly says the process itself is long, frustrating, and confusing.
The code inspectors from the city had to come and see it was code. And then they don't give you any paperwork. They only show that the permit is closed because the contractor did the permit. So he gets that it's closed, but I need that document to upload to My Safe Florida. So now I have to beg them, sometimes impossible. The one thing that I had to do on one of the final steps, you had to click on this click here button, but it wouldn't click.
Kelly reached out to us at ABC Action News about his experience and with concerns over how some people might not be able to navigate it easily.
Make sure you have a computer and computer knowledge or help. Make sure you have a phone to take pictures or help, because you're going to need both of them.
The state tells me the program has been very successful, assisting homeowners with more than 99,000 home inspections and more than $383 million in grant funding, obligated to harden their homes against storms. In the end, Kelly tells me My Safe Florida is a good program, but difficult to navigate.
I finally got through. It only had a year to complete. I got through. The year was done in November. They gave me the check on October 31st. The whole process took a year.
All right, Mary O'Connell is joining us live now. We've been covering this program for a while, and almost every time that we air this story, we get emails just like the one we got from Jack. It is difficult to navigate for some people.
It's a lot for these folks, but there is a resource on the My Florida Home Safe Programs website where you can, My Safe Florida Home website, where you can see all these different questions like, how does this program work? Where is the contractor list? You can scroll through and get some good, useful information if you're going through the process.
A lot of questions there. So you reached out to the Chief Financial Officer's office. They're the one in charge of this program. What are they saying about making this any easier for our viewers out there?
So initially, the communications director told me that they'd be happy to put any of the folks who are going through any complications that we have heard from, they'd be happy to put people on their team, the My Safe Florida team, in touch with them to work with them directly. Of course, we heard from a lot of people, including Jack today, who have already gone through the process, who have had it resolved. And again, they say it's a great program, but they said that it can be difficult to navigate. So I reached back out to that office to see what are they doing right now? How are they making it easier for folks who don't have a computer, who don't have a phone, and who have these tricky questions to get through the program? We are still waiting to hear back from them on that.
And elderly are now being prioritized for this, so a lot of people could be impacted. Mary, thank you for your reporting. As you know, the My Safe Florida Home program was touted as a big win by legislatures this session. We know so many of you are still dealing, though, with those high insurance premiums. I actually spoke with Florida's former Deputy Insurance Commissioner, Lisa Miller, in Tallahassee. Wrapping up the session, I asked her directly, besides the My Safe Florida Home program, what else is the state doing for you? Coming out of this legislative session, what do you think is the biggest wins for the consumer?
I think in this particular session, the biggest win is that the legislature has recognized that there are ways to get these premiums leveling off, and they have provided some much needed relief in terms of the premium taxes that we pay with our insurance policies. On average, a couple $100. There's a bill that passed in terms of homeowners associations. If you want to put a generator in your yard, but your HOA bylaws prevent that, those days are gone. I believe the My Safe Florida Home program is a huge win because it makes us all think about staying strong against Mother Nature. And I believe the premium tax reduction is a step in the right direction, and we're hoping these premiums level off in 2024.
Your reaction for people who still see their rates rising, though, and felt that is not enough?
We always have next year. The legislature meets every year. And if it's not enough this year, they'll go back at it in 2025.
All right, so if you have an insurance story you need help with, take out your phone right now, scan this QR code. It will bring you to fill out a form that will then be sent straight to our newsroom so we can research this and contact you.